Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu gave a live speech to millions of people this week in which he cited a biblical prophecy that seemingly show that this war is the fulfillment of an end-time prophecy being fulfilled right before our eyes. And some people find this prophecy to be eerie, given us detail, while others accuse Netanyahu of recklessly calling for a holy war. But the prophecy that he cited actually goes a lot deeper than you might initially think. So let's go ahead and take a look at what Netanyahu said, Benjamin Netanyahu, and then I will explain to you more about that prophecy.
Our war against Hamas is a test for all of humanity. It is a struggle between the axis of evil of Iran, Hezbollah, and Hamas, and the axis of freedom and progress. We are the people of the light. They are the people of darkness, and light shall triumph over darkness. A profound belief in the eternity of the Jewish people, we shall realize the prophecy of Isaiah. There will no longer be stealing at your borders, and your gates will be of glory. Together we will fight. Together we will win.
So basically, this is what Netanyahu said. I actually used a video from a different channel. Now, there is some problem with this prophecy that he cited. Of course, as Muslims, as believers, we believe that it is going to be the Muslims who will be fighting them and will overcome them. If you remember, Rasulullah, he prophesied that the hour will not establish until we fight the Yahudi. And not only that we fight, we will be victorious over them. It is not the other way around. But let's take a look at what their prophecy is saying. The glory of Lebanon. So this was a verse from the Bible, from the chapter Isaiah. And this verse he quoted was verse number 18. But let's take a look at this verse number 13. Then we will go to 18. The glory of Lebanon, this is what it says, verse number 13. The glory of Lebanon will be yours. The forest of cypress, fir, and pine to beautify my sanctuary. My temple will be glorious. So basically, the previous verse in this chapter of Isaiah is talking about how Lebanon will acknowledge the restoration of Israel. Because remember, Israel, the Yahudi, they were being exiled in the past. In this verse, the prophecy is that the country Lebanon, the people of Lebanon, will acknowledge, will say, oh, Israel, you are back. Yeah, this is what was written in the Bible, and we bow down to you. What we see today is exactly the opposite. Lebanon is the one, Hezbollah, fighting against Israel. So this verse, number 13, did not come true. But what seems to me is that Netanyahu somehow believes that for this to happen, for the Lebanese people, for the city of Lebanon and its people to bow down to Israel, to bow down to the Jewish country of Israel, first they need to exterminate Hamas. And this is what he's trying to convince in his speech, that there will be no more violence, there will be no more stealing at your border. He's referring to Hamas, that Hamas will stop doing all of this things in their border, and the land will be very, very calm and quiet and peaceful. If you take a look at verse number 18, this is what he quoted. Violence will disappear from your land. He used the word stealing. Okay, stealing is a word that in Arabic Hebrew can also mean, the word means Hamas. Okay, or violence can also be interpreted as violence, Hamas. So this is what it is saying. The violence or Hamas will disappear from your land. The desolation and destruction of war will end. Salvation will surround you like city walls, and praise will be on the lips of all who enter there. This is the verse he quoted, Netanyahu, that we will be living in city walls, the salvation will be like the city walls and whatnot, and there will be peace. But for that to happen, we need to get rid of Hamas. As you can see, violence will disappear. It is the fulfillment. So what Benjamin Netanyahu is saying is that we are fulfilling a prophecy from the chapter Isaiah, verse number 18, by killing the Palestinian people, the innocent civilians there. Can you believe this? Can you believe this? This is the level of understanding they have. How dumb. Like Allah called them himar. Allah called them donkeys in the Quran for a reason. Because these people are donkeys. I mean, I'm talking about Netanyahu. A lot of Jew people, they're good people. We are not against them. We are against Zionist cult, ISIS, IDF, same thing. He is quoting a verse from Isaiah telling that Hamas is going to be disappeared from our land. And in doing so, he's killing civilians, children, little kids, to bring that prophecy to be fulfilled. Unbelievable. But this is his understanding, and this is a very, very dangerous thing, because if he does believe that the prophecy, the Bible gives them a free pass to kill children, then wallahi, these people are going to be worse than animals. Now, if you take a look at verse number 14, the descendants of your tormentors will come and bow before you. Those who despised you will kiss your feet. Now, they will call you the city of the Lord and Zion of the holy land of Israel. Again, this will be fulfilled according to Netanyahu once Hamas is done, once he kills all the Palestinians, especially the children and women. How cowardice this is, right? But this is what he believes. And then verse number 14 says, though you were once despised and hated, with no one traveling through you, I will make you beautiful forever, a joy to all generations. He's talking about, this verse is talking about the glory, and also talks about how these people, the Zionists, the Yahudi, they were hated and they were being despised. So he's invoking people's emotion to rally behind him to fight this holy war, quote unquote, holy war against the Palestinian people. This is why he chose this passage from the Bible, chapter 18, because obviously once you find out more about this verse, then you will go back to the previous verses and see more details, right? And then you'll be convinced that, yeah, Netanyahu, he's right. We need to fight Hamas first, because these verses, the preceding verses, they're talking about our glory, how nations will come and kiss our feet. And so he is pulling at the heartstrings of people, and he's trying to rally them behind him so that he can justify this unholy war, killing of these, innocent civilians. Now, I want to actually play a small clip from this other video, and you can see for yourself what they're saying.
There's not any other way to describe some of his rhetoric.
Specifically with that reference to we will fulfill the prophecy of Isaiah is an indication of the entire land from the river to the sea, as they said, should be our land. If you truly believe you are on the side of God and they are on the side of evil, if you truly believe you are fighting a holy war against an evil people of darkness, you don't even have to guess what sort of atrocities that justifies, because you can see them unfolding before your eyes right
because
now.
Take a look at
I can understand why some people
take a
would
look
interpret
at what
them
is
that way.
happening.
I think that there's
in Palestine right now. This lady, mashallah, she spoke the truth. She said, if this is how you are going to be waging war, then you can not even fathom the level of atrocities you are going to commit. She's talking to Benjamin Netanyahu, that you are quoting these passages from the Bible, justifying this holy war, quote unquote, where you are killing innocent civilians. And she is saying that you can imagine if Benjamin Netanyahu, he goes down to this path and continues on to this path, how much more atrocities he will be committing. This is unbelievable. Coming from somebody who is not even a Muslim. This lady, she is not even a Muslim. I actually want to show you something else. I don't remember what was that, but the point here is that, guys, this guy is lunatic. This Netanyahu guy, he is a lunatic, and he doesn't know what he's doing. He's trying to cling onto the power so that he will not be prosecuted by his country's judicial system. Now, as I spoke to you before in the beginning of this video about the end of time prophecy that is being mentioned in the Quran and Sunnah, of course, we know the Quran talks very, very explicitly that these people, the Zionists, they will be waging war and they will be creating fasad on land. And they will do it twice, and then Allah Azza wa Jal warned them, if you return, I will return also, and I will return with my punishment. Means there is a clear already ayat in the Quran that gave this warning, this threat to the Zionists, that do not cross the line and go and kill the innocent Palestinians. Do not cross that line. If you do, Allah is going to come back to you with punishment if you go back to your facade. But then again, we also have hadith backing up that kind of verses from the Quran. This is why we believe this hadith to be true, where Rasulullah explicitly said that Zaziratul Arab will be fought and it will be conquered. Then the people of the Yahudi will be fought and they will be conquered, and then we will be fighting at Dajjal. What we are seeing right now, this war, it is preparing us, wallahi, the Muslims, for the coming of Dajjal. If we can withstand this oppression, this level of oppression, then inshallah we can at least fight, with our iman against the greatest of oppression to humanity, which is Dajjal. We will be ready to some level. Obviously, we cannot fight Dajjal because his fitna is greatest. Nobody, even Mahdi, will not be able to fight. But it is time for us to be prepared. And how we prepare? By making dua to safeguard the Muslims. And if our dua is being accepted, Allah will send His help. And when we see the suffering of the Palestinian people, the Muslims are being eased, then we will know that we are ready for Dajjal. That's when Dajjal will come, because Allah's help will be a precursor. Allah's help to the Muslims, divine help to the Muslims, is a precursor for the coming of the ultimate fitna of Dajjal, because we will fight Dajjal with our dua, with divine help. And that will be culminating in the coming of Isa ibn Maryam, Jesus, Isa alayhi salam. Subhanallah, some very, very important